episode 2, the Gauntlet is thrown. Same rules as before. We're not going to be focusing on the card effects, just sort of everything else. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
Joey, he already said he can't do it, and if he can't do it, he can't do it.
No. What he said was,
maybe you teach me.
Duel Monsters is a very complex game.
does Yugi not want Joey to get good?
Under my tutelage, you will learn. Now, can you name the most powerful duel monster?
Is this the training?
Can you name the weakest?
No.
This seems more like trivia.
Good evening, duel fans, and our 10 million viewers at home.
Eric Stewart's voice is so iconic. Every time I hear this scene, I think it's Kaiba.
For Weevil Underwood, the Bug Brawler.
I feel like this is a human spider Spider-Man situation. Did Weevil come up with that name, Bug Brawler? He pretty much only refers to them as insects, and none of them are brawlers.
Me in there.
I know you've been training.
Alright, so what's happening here? You might tell me, oh, those are just nude stockings, but then I'll say she's not wearing stockings earlier, and actually, like, the socks are part of her look. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is what the artist thought feet look like.
So tired. Must rest.
You have no time for rest!
Exactly why is Joey training so hard? It's almost like he's expecting there to be a big tournament.
Yugi, these guys any good?
They're both finalists in a highly competitive sport. I feel like this is all that you really need to know.
Itsy bitsy bugs against dueling dinosaurs. Raptor has got this one in the bag.
I think it would have been cooler to give this line to Tristan and then have Joey explain to us about insects' hidden power. This would have been a good way to show us just how much Joey has grown. Maybe some dialogue like, careful Tristan. That's what I used to think too until Yugi's grandpa taught me a thing or two about insect monsters.
Consider yourself Dinosaur Chow!
Wait, hold on. Is Rex's field empty? Didn't Tristan just say,
Guys, Raptor just stomped Weevil.
why are we cutting back to an empty field? Shouldn't we see some monsters stomping?
Match could be over right here, right now.
Damn, 1600? Y'all couldn't have given him a stronger monster? How did he even make it this far in the regionals? At what point between now and in a few days does he add Red Eyes Black Dragon and Sinister Serpent to his deck?
He uses their power to overwhelm his opponents.
Makes it really hard to sell to us that this kid is good when Yugi casually pulls 2 monsters with almost double the strength later. This show really has some amazing animation moments, and these driving scenes like feel extra good for no reason. You guys get what I'm saying?
Wonderful.
Mr. Pegasus, with the announcement that you made tonight, we'll have thousands of duelists flocking to Duelist Kingdom.
Alright, who the f is this guy? Dude's giving updates to Pegasus like he's his assistant or something. This is just a random security guard trying to brief him on like his own announcement. This isn't even one of his fancy hairdo security guards. This dude is Union. Honestly, it would have made a lot more sense to bring in the big 5 here. Maybe like one of the 5 are in the limo, or there's like a TV wall and like they're Skyping. I don't know.
An event such as this will hopefully attract those who possess the Millennium items I seek.
If the most recent tournament didn't attract the Millennium items, why would this tournament? The only differences are the location and the prize money aspect. While 3 million is a lot of money, none of the current holders of the items give a f about money. How is this going to result in anything different?
Start the clock and make your move.
Damn, I love this version of Yami. Comes right out the gate, start the clock and make your move. Dude is not playing. Yami isn't playing Talk No Duel.
Certainly. Let's...
Okay, we just saw a camera move. Is there someone operating the camera, or is this like some kind of magical camera? Is it the Union guy from before?
I know every move you'll make before you can even make it.
Unless the Millennium item is placing counter cards in his hand, there's no real difference between this and a regular duel. Like, the dude's gonna see what you play via eyesight because it's face up on the field.
For example, I can anticipate your next play and counter it with this dragon capture jar.
Sure, but this only works if you actually have the card in your hand. The cheating that's presented here and throughout Duelist Kingdom is just so odd. Because while it sorta helps, it also doesn't give anyone really an overwhelming advantage. The only real cheater where the cheating actually provides any true benefit is Bandit Keith. You know how he hides his best cards in his sleeve and then he can pull them out as needed? Everything else is just like, oh, that's kind of nice to have, but it's not an auto win.
This dark dimension we're in is known as the Shadow, and the impossible is quite possible.
But what you're telling me can't be true.
Alright, so this is actually really smart of Pegasus. It's one of the few times that someone gets the upper hand on the Pharaoh. Like, we kind of see him unbalanced. In Season 0, Yami was the one setting the terms and the rules, and then exploiting those rules. Here, we see Pegasus set the terms and the rules, and then exploiting those rules. This is honestly super clever because it allows the writers to fill in all this backstory, but still making it plot relevant. Pegasus is trying to run out the clock, so he's yapping. This is definitely something I missed the first time, and I really appreciate it going back.
Wonderful.
tell that to my dragon piper, as his flute of resurrection frees your Komori dragon, but puts him under my control.
Not really sure that proves that they're real, but okay.
So defiant and yet...
Damn, if the Shadowrun provided a streaming service, I'd be there today. Picture-in-picture, multi-camera, no lag, sign me up.
He's right. Time's running out, and I still haven't figured out whether he can really read my mind or if it's some kind of trick.
So smart getting Yami fixated on both the past and on his eye that he loses track of the time once again. Alright, let's just all take a mental note that Yami in fact does see Pegasus's eye at the 1551 mark.
What happens if I draw a new card straight from the deck without even looking at it?
Can I just say that even without his Millennium Eye, he will see whatever you play from your hand, just via sight.
I already know you plan to play the zombie warrior, and I'm already prepared to counter it with a trap card that makes even zombies lie down and play dead.
My next card is the Dark Magician.
Great, so if Pegasus has a counter, can he not play it now?
I attack your combo with...
I've got no clue what this card is, but it definitely ain't the Dark Magician. Or the Celtic Guardian.
That's impossible! The Faceless Mage doesn't have a dark magic attack!
How would you know that? You just said...
The fearsome faceless mage.
I've never seen that card before.
Summon Skull! Attack!
As a child, when I saw this episode, I didn't like it as much because I felt like Yugi won that battle and that the big bad from season 1 isn't really all that threatening because in the second episode he had already been defeated. But as an adult, I can really appreciate the beauty of this duel from the standpoint that this is one of the only times that we see Yami like off balance. A lot less about the cards and their effects and more about being outsmarted.
Voice in the matter, but I'm not. For I too possess one of the 7 Millennium items, the all-powerful Millennium Eye.
A Millennium Eye?
Yep, here it is. Let's note that at 2012, Yami is once again seeing the eye, but this time reacting as if he's like very surprised, like he's never seen it before.
You see, I have found that, given the proper incentive, anyone can be made to play my game.
Given the proper incentive, is glory and prestige not enough? You got 200 people at your last tournament. I myself have participated in a number of tournaments between 2013 and 2015 with virtually no incentive. And sure, if you're gonna say that Yugi isn't motivated by prestige or anything, I'm gonna say that he is definitely motivated by duelist camaraderie and like friendship. I mean, his whole friend group is based around this game. He got the whole gang together just to watch the regionals. And as far as Yami goes, there's a couple of incentives that I could think of that don't involve kidnapping a grandpa. Number 1, you just beat the Pharaoh. This dude hates losing. He will literally duel you right here and now. He needs virtually zero incentive. He just needs the incentive that you've already whooped his ass and now he's gonna come back for more. Number 2, if you think that's too lazy, you could just tell him about Duelist Kingdom, about the tournament, and that if he signs up and wins, that you'll tell him everything that you know about the Millennium items. I guess I'm just stuck on why Pegasus thought he needed to kidnap Grandpa. Spoilers, later we learn that Pegasus is actually kind of a nice guy and blah blah blah. So this whole thing really like puts a big dent in that narrative, you know what I mean? He's just going around kidnapping people. Like if he just said, oh, I'll tell you about the Millennium items, then you could still have your good guy narrative and he gets Yugi to the island and they could have like uncovered more and more stuff. The grandpa thing is just totally overkill. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already watched the first episode, I definitely recommend you going back and watching that. I'm going to be posting these as often as I can, so if you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment. I love that you guys are already doing that. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.